Hello, hello. All right, let me mute this. Cool. Hey, Sky.
Kade, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. So, welcome everyone to the last quarterfinal of GG's Warpless tournament, featuring Kosmic, the world record holder, versus LolXD, aka Alden Speedruns. We are live, right?
I believe so, and
All
I
right.
think this is gonna be a fantastic match. Obviously, Kosmic holds the world record in Warpless, and Alden, I'll call him Alden, but LolXD beat me in the first round. So we've got two excellent racers here, and I think we're gonna have a fantastic match.
Yep. We'll get started shortly. Alden maybe just doing a little bit of practice, or not going to go right back to the title screen.
All right, and looks like they're getting ready to go. And they are off.
Neither are going to have too much trouble with 1-1. Both very experienced any percent runners as well.
Yep, it looks like Kosmic got a 380 in the underground, and Alden with a 379. We'll see if he keeps the frame rule or if he loses it, but very close match. Neither of them go for the flagpole glitch through 1-1.
So it looks like Kosmic got the extra frame rule there, so he is exactly 21 frames ahead of Alden going into the second level.
I expect Kosmic will just do his normal fast strats in 1-2, and I think Alden probably will try to as well. Both are very confident any percent runners, and I can see both of them are indeed going with the fast strats in 1-2, not powering up, not taking any safe strats, and they both make it through 1-2 cleanly.
Very impressive. Those pipe jumps are not easy to do, especially in a race setting.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely don't want to miss those pipe jumps in a race setting, but great job by both runners.
Both opting for the mushroom in 1-3. This is the fastest strat. You'll see a lot of people in races go for the slightly slower method of powering up in 1-1 and 1-2. But these two are not ones to lose frames.
And
except
Alden, gets the 6 on the timer. You can tell what you're going to get on the timer at the flagpole by where you hit that flying red Paracupa. I could tell Alden was going to get a 6 on the timer. I don't know if he recognized it or not, or if he thought there was maybe a chance he would get a 7, but he gets 5 fireworks, which will cost him some time. 6 fireworks, I should say, which will cost him some time.
Both runners going for the small fire Mario setup.
And Kosmic gets a faster pattern than Alden. Bowser was really far to the left on Alden's pattern. He had to wait for Bowser to get back over to him. So Kosmic building up a bit of a lead right now.
Oh, takes a hit to the Goomba though, or the Koopa, excuse me.
And Alden successfully grabs both power-ups, so this should put him a little more neck and neck because Kosmic's going to have to grab... Yep, he grabs the Fire Flower here, and the two are essentially identical right now. Alden maybe has the slightest of leads as they head towards the end of the stage. And Alden maybe ahead by just a frame rule or two at the end of 2-1.
All right, both of them are now going into the first water level of the game. And this is one of the levels where having the small fire Mario is most helpful, because you have the fireballs, obviously, to get enemies out of your way, but also have half the hitbox.
That's right, and you'll see a lot of times they'll actually try to kill some of the enemies from underneath the enemy because the big Mario sprite will show up when you shoot a fireball, and so right there, as Alden does, he kills an enemy from underneath without the top part of that hitbox doesn't actually exist, so only the small hitbox exists, but the larger sprite pops up and he's able to kill an enemy from underneath. Both very nice swims, ending with 316 and then grabbing the flag at 310 and 2-2, heading into the cheap dash in 2-3. This is another stage where actually having this small hitbox can help, more so from the fact that you can, again, shoot these cheeps from underneath, as Alden is doing with as many of these as he can. I think he likes to kind of make a mini game out of it. I know a lot of runners do. It's fun.
And Kosmic went for a flagpole glitch at the end there. Didn't get it, unfortunately. This is one of the easier levels to get the trick in, although it still requires 5 frame perfect input, so it's never too easy.
Heading into our second castle level, this one and 5-4 are laid out similarly. However, there's far fewer bad guys to deal with and fire bars to deal with in 2-4. So for top level runners like these guys, this level is usually no problem. They both get through just fine.
And perhaps the trickiest part of the level in a normal run is doing a crouch jump in the middle, but with the small hitbox, it doesn't even matter. It becomes pretty easy.
Absolutely, and they both kill Bowser with fire. Of course, killing Bowser with fire means you don't have to wait for the bridge animation to then Bowser to drop down into the lava. And they both make quick work of 3-1, perfect 347s on the timer. The trickiest part of 3-1 is the stair climb at the end when you have the 2 Koopas on the stairs. You got to make some precise hits, and then you either need to jump over the second Koopa with kind of a slowdown jump, or you could also fireball them out of the way, but they both get through just fine, and Alden maintains a slight lead in 3-2.
And 3-2 is a pretty straightforward level. Not too much to talk about here. We did a quick pause of Cosmic Stream to sync up the timers perfectly. And now we can see exactly how far they are apart. It's like about 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, in that neighborhood. 3-3 should be another fairly straightforward level for these guys. The one cool thing about this level is these coins that Alden and Kosmic are grabbing, if you play through the level perfectly fast, they actually sync up. So sync up with the music of the game. So a neat little feature there.
Whoa, I never knew that. That's cool. 3-4 can be a very tricky castle level because it's the first one with really variable patterns that you have to play differently. Oh. And you see right there what can happen.
Yep, and Alden tried to get past that last Potaboo in what I call the Potaboo Gauntlet, and just missed jumping far enough onto the final ledge and took a death. Kosmic, no problem getting through them. Played a little bit of a safe strategy, as most runners do in this level. You don't know the pattern coming up. If you know the pattern, you can get through the Potaboos quickly. And Alden takes another hit to the Potaboos, gets a forward Bowser, and finally completes 3-4. But Kosmic will have about almost a full 1-stage lead over Alden.
Looked like maybe he went for another flagpole glitch there. Again, doesn't quite get it. In a race, that's a bit of a swag strat because it only saves 0.35 seconds, and if you miss it, costs only 0.35 or 0.7.
Kosmic heads into 4-2 while Alden's still navigating 4-1, which is the easiest level probably in the speedrun, and it's even easier for any percent runners who are constantly running this level. But Kosmic opts to take the top route in 4-2. It's the safer route. There's less enemies to kill, and he navigates it no problem, ending with a 350 as he goes into the pipe on the timer.
Yeah, as Summoning Salt puts it, 4-2 may be the most infamous level in SMB1 speedrunning, but in Warpless, it becomes fairly straightforward.
So in 4-3, we'll see if Kosmic gets what we call the Sky Butt or Sky Boots if you're a big Mario, but he's small Mario. And that will save an extra frame rule. He does get the Sky Butt. There was 1 pixel between the block at the bottom of the flagpole and Mario, and that will save Kosmic an extra frame rule. To get that, you have to play the level perfectly and then jump from a certain spot on the final platform to get that extra frame rule if Kosmic gets it.
I am learning so much today.
We'll see. It looks like Alden is going for it as well, and it'll be Sky Boots if he gets it as Big Mario. And he does get it as well, so it looks like Alden didn't slow down through that level, got the Sky Boots, and will save the extra 4-3 frame rule as Kosmic, no problem in 4-4, one of the trickier castle levels.
But as he enters World 5, this is the world possibly where the most crazy stuff can happen. 5, 2, 3, and 4 all have some very difficult patterns to get through potentially in a race setting. We'll see how Kosmic
really
deals with
nice 4-4. He got under the fire bar extremely quickly and popped back up without getting hit. Got a forward Bowser, shot him quickly. Very nice 4-4 from Alden. Now Kosmic heads into 5-2, where this first bullet bill may or may not fire. We'll see. He dodges the bill and slows down a little bit, but that's good. It's a nice, safe strategy for a race.
and should be through with no problem. Kosmic from now on in 5-2. Taking some jumps that are much easier with Small Fire Mario.
And now Alden heads into 5-2. We'll see. He avoids the bill as well and actually gets through quickly. Didn't have to bonk or wait. So he'll, if he completes the rest of this level without slowing down, will actually have done it a little bit faster than Kosmic and gain a little bit of time.
Kosmic currently going through 5-3, got through with no problem. A lot of those bullet bill patterns can be very difficult to get through without losing speed. But a runner as experienced as him won't have many issues.
Yeah, and this is another level where the hitbox can make a big difference. Kosmic didn't have any problem with the bullet bills, but we'll see what happens with Alden. He has the big hitbox, so he's going to have to maybe duck to avoid some bills, possibly. We'll see what kind of bills he gets. Yeah, he does a duck jump there. Very nice navigation through these bills for Alden. Well done in 5-3 for Alden, and Kosmic no problem in 5-4 as well.
Aside from that one death from Alden, both runners are playing very well so far in this race.
And you see Kosmic get the, what I call the Swagatu kill. It's when you kill Lakitu for some swag points. So it also is nice in 6-1 because that jump right there that Kosmic was making, if you're big Mario, Lakitu can kind of get in the way a little bit. You often will have to do a duck jump there. So we'll see if Alden has to navigate that when he goes into 6-1. Kosmic's in 6-2. This level is a tricky level for newer speedrunners. A lot of piranha plants in the way, and just figuring out which ones you need to kill and where you can jump. It took me a long time to figure out this level. Kosmic had a little bit of a slip up, but nothing major. Navigates the level with a 340 on the timer. 342 would have been optimal.
And 6-2 is also one of those levels where if you run through and don't slow down at all, you'll get a 3 as the final digit on your timer, which wastes a couple seconds. So not only do you need to know how to go through all those piranha plants optimally, but you need to know the right spot to slow down just enough. Same thing for 6-3 as well.
Exactly. I was going to say Kosmic had to slow down right there to partially to avoid hitting a platform, but also to avoid getting a 6 on the timer, which would be even more devastating than getting a 3 on the timer. And so he has no problem there. Now Alden's heading into 6-3, and it's a little different with the big hitbox than the small hitbox. The
and
bottom
Kosmic takes a hit.
Yeah, Kosmic took a hit in 6-4. Alden navigating 6-3 is Big Mario so far, no issues. Oh, and then Alden takes a hit at the end of 6-3. So right now, I was going to say, right now Kosmic is Big Mario, but he actually cannot get hit again or he'll die. He'll need to power up because this Big Mario is a double hitbox and it's in a vulnerable state.
Getting that first mushroom in 7-1, it can be tricky sometimes to get that in a stressful situation.
Alden takes a hit in 6-4 and almost a death, and then he does take a death. Oh, he took the fire bars maybe a little too quickly after losing his power-up. Maybe could have played it a little bit safer, but you know, it's tough in a race, especially when you're behind. It's always tough to strike the right balance between how aggressive do I go and how conservative do I go so I don't die. And unfortunately for Alden, balance didn't quite work there, and he takes another death. Is that a game over? I think he has one more life. Yes, he has one more life left. He cannot afford a game over in 6-4.
Meanwhile, Kosmic is in the second of 2 water levels in the game. This one is pretty tricky to get through with just Small Mario with no fire. Some of these bloopers can be really difficult to get by.
And Alden finally makes it through 6-4. I expect he'll take an intentional game over. You can use the continue code after a game over, which is where when you get to the game over screen and then back to the title screen, you hold A and then press start, and that'll let you go back to the world you were just in. Alden seems to bypass that, so he's risking it with one life. Might be a wise decision, but this level is very tough as Small Mario because of the Hammer Bros. You may have to do a dance with them. Fortunately, he gets good patterns there in 7-1, and we'll head into 7-2 as Small Mario. Now, remember, Kosmic is also Small Mario, but he can take a hit and then turn back into the Big Mario state because he did collect one power-up, and now he's gotten the Fire Flower, so he's Small Fire Mario once again.
And a couple cool kills with the above the up fire throw, if you will. He gets through 7-3 with no issue, picking the small fire back up.
Oh, and Alden just dodges a tricky blooper there. Nice dodge. He'll definitely need to make use of the left arrow if he needs it, but hopefully the patterns will give him something where he doesn't need to dodge. We'll see if he gets a tricky blooper at the end here. That could be very, very... He does have a tough blooper here, but he gets far enough past it that the blooper is not an issue. Well done.
Meanwhile, Kosmic will be going into the last world of the run with about a 2-level lead. And interestingly, Alden did not take the intentional game over, so he has only 1 life to work with for these last 2 levels of World 7.
Navigating things so far, so good for Alden in 7-3. No game over in 7-3. He'll make it to 7-4. Meanwhile, Kosmic in 8-1, one of the easier levels for a speedrunner, because especially an any percent speedrunner, because they play this, and now he also has the addition of fire, so he'll be able to shoot those piranha plants out of the way and get a 200 on the timer, no problem for Kosmic. That's the optimal time. And in Warpless, you will always, I know for any percent runners, you know there's this thing called judges where you may or may not get a certain frame rule if you play the level perfectly. In Warpless, it's always good judges because you're not coming through 4-2. You're instead coming from 7-4, so it'll always be good judges. Kosmic gets a good judges, 200 on the timer.
Cosmic is going for Bullet Bill Glitch. Can he get it?
Oh,
gets it halfway.
The Bullet Bill FPG, the Bullet Bill flagpole glitch, as we call it. And unfortunately, because Mario has to walk to the castle, it doesn't save time. And he also got fireworks. So That'll give Alden a little bit of a chance to catch up. Alden going for the any percent strats in 8-1 as Small Mario. He's very comfortable with any percent as well. He has a 459. He's been pressing for a 456, but he takes a death on the third pipe jump. He didn't quite get to the third pipe, and he game overs. Fortunately, it is an 8-1, so he will return to 8-1 as Kosmic navigates 8-3, no problem, heading into the final stage of the speedrun. And looking at the comments, yes, you still have to hit the star block in 8-1 to get the optimal frame rule, even in Warpless. So just notice that there in the comments, that you will always get good judges as long as you hit the star block in 8-1 and play the level perfectly in Warpless.
Oh, and Kosmic does miss the wall jump in 8-4, but hits the fast 6L. And he's into the water section, looking to finish this first race strong.
Takes the swim safe, no problem under the fire bar there. Touches down, which will cost him some frames, but nice safe strategy to not get hit. And he's through the last room, no problem. Finishes with a 19:39, an excellent time. One of the best times we've seen in this tournament so far. Excellent run by Kosmic. He'll lead 1-0. Alden, meanwhile, navigating 8-2, does not get a bullet shot and will head into 8-3 as Small Mario trying to finish out a nice strong run, a solid run in the 20 to 21 minute range.
And what's tricky about 8-3 for Alden right now is that unlike high-level any percent runs, he does not know what the Hammer Bros are going to do. They could throw him some really tricky patterns and he'd have to react fast.
Absolutely, and the general rule of thumb is if you jump over all of these bros, and if you see one start to jump up, you let go of A, because if Mario is falling and he makes contact with the Hammer Bro, he will win that collision. As long as Mario is headed downward, then he will win that collision. So Alden into 8-4, trying to finish out a solid run. We'll see if he gets the wall jump coming up in the next room. He opts for the... I was going to say, Alden opts for the 2-frame setup and nails the wall jump.
And meanwhile, Kosmic's just messing around in the second quest, where the enemies move a little faster and Goombas are replaced by Buzzy Beetles. He's going to show us a cool glitch at the end here as Alden finishes up this first race.
Alden into the last room, under the Podoboo, waits for Bowser, and finishes 21-31. Very nice run from Alden. Aside from that death in 6-4, very, very, very good run for Alden. Just 6-4, those deaths there gave him some trouble, but other than that, it was a neck-and-neck race with Kosmic. Great job to both of our speedrunners here for the first game. Kosmic leads 1-0, heading into the second match.
And I believe the lowest race time we've seen so far in this tournament is a 19:27 by GTA. Is that right, Takade, to the best of your knowledge?
That's the fastest one that I've seen. I believe that is the fastest one of the tournament so far. 19:27 is a blistering race pace. So congrats to GTA so far on the best time of the tournament.
True, and I've been wondering if Kosmic's going to try and beat that in this matchup. Came pretty close with this race, and he's certainly capable.
Yeah, if he didn't lose those power-ups in 2-1, and then I think he lost it somewhere later, he definitely could have competed with GTAce's 19:27. So we could see a new fastest time of the tournament in this next run, but you never know what'll happen. It could be that Alden this time pulls out a flawless run and pushes Kosmic to the brink, and then maybe we go into a third match. You never know. So what's great about Warpless, there's so many things can happen at any point in the speedrun.
So the winner of this matchup will play Kaku 52 in the semifinal. Kaku, I believe, is a Japanese runner. Very talented.
That is correct. Kaku was made the finals, I believe it was, of one of the biggest Warpless tournaments of the past year. So great speedrunner. Whoever gets through this round will have to face Kaku. Will have to have a very, very tough challenge ahead of them. Looks like they're getting ready to start the next race and should be getting going here in just any second.
And one thing that's important to mention is that this tournament is double elimination. So whoever loses this matchup will have another chance in the future.
Both through 1-1, no problem in the second race. And heading into 1-2, I assume we will probably see the same strategies we saw in the first race, with both of them just navigating it like they would in any percent other than not taking the warp zone. So I expect quick jumps over the Koopa Goomba section, and I expect pipe jumps from each runner.
Both of them nailing the pipe jumps.
So these two are tied going into 1-3. This is where we started to see a little bit of separation in the first race. I think Kosmic got a little bit faster of a grab than Alden in the first run, and Alden got the 6 fireworks. So we'll have to pay attention to fireworks again this time and see if either are in danger of that. Very nice grab for both. They each get a high 3 on the timer. And you'll see when they hit this red Koopa that's flying, they both end up with an 8 or a 7 in the final digit. Yes, they both end up with 8s in the digit and get 258s on the timer. Perfect 1-3s for both. They're tied heading into 1-4, where I expect both, again, will set up the small fire Mario glitch.
This time, Alden was the one who got a slightly faster pattern, setting up the glitch.
I actually think they got the same pattern. I think Alden's screen just looks a little bit ahead.
I see.
No problem with either powering up for the small fire Mario. They each grab the 2 power-ups and make their way through 2-1. Looks like Kosmic gained just a bit on Alden there in faster power-up grabs. Ends up with a 40 on the timer to Alden's 38. So Kosmic takes a 2-ish frame rule lead heading into our 2-2 swimming section. No problems for either swimmer so far in the swim. They make it through that first tough section, both of them no problem. Alden getting a couple nice shots of some enemies in that first tight section, which for me is the toughest part of the swim. So very good there for Alden. Kosmic shoots out a fish out of the way. Has a couple fish here at the top, but he makes no problem with them, but doesn't quite get into the pipe as quickly as Alden, and I think they're back on the same frame rule once again. This time, Alden beats Kosmic by 2 in-game seconds, whereas in 2-1, Kosmic beat Alden by 2 in-game seconds. It looks like they're on the same frame rule. Yes, and they have the same cheat pattern, so they are indeed on the same frame rule again. We'll see if either of them go for the flagpole glitch. I know Kosmic tried in the first run. No attempt this time. I think because it's so neck and neck. No attempt at the flagpole glitch this time. They'll head into 2-4, tied once again. What a competition so far between these two. Oh, and Alden has a little bit of an issue with the grab at the end there of the axe, which allows Kosmic to get a 2-frame rule lead once again. 261 versus 259 on the in-game timer. It looks to be about 2. It might be 3-frame rules, but still a very close race. Anybody's race. Heading into 3-1. Once again, we'll see how they navigate the stairs at the end, which is the trickiest part of 3-1. We've got the 2 Koopas on the stairs. Kosmic shoots the first out of the way, shoots the second out of the way. Alden opts to go over the second Koopa, also a very viable strategy, and both perfect 3-1s. Again, Kosmic with the ever so slightest of leads heading into 3-2, one of the easiest levels in the speedrun.
And that is what can make racing this game so intense, is that the tiniest little differences can end up being the difference in the race.
So neither runner here opts for the Goomba despawn. There are 3 Goombas just before the staircase in 3-2, but if you kill certain Koopas earlier in the level with your Fire Flower, you can actually get one of those the Goombas to despawn, making the jump up the stairs a little bit easier. Neither runner opts for that, but neither runner has a problem with the stairs either. So both very talented, don't necessarily need that. But I know lots of top runners still go for the despawn anyway. So we're heading into 3-4. Again, unknown Potaboo patterns, so we'll have to see. Maybe they do know the Potaboo patterns. They've both been playing pretty quickly that they might have notes on these patterns. Kosmic goes under the first Potaboo, as does Alden. They both take the first Potaboo quickly. We'll see. Kosmic and Alden both play safe Potaboos there at the end, so very smart strategies by each. Both very good Bowser kills and 260 on the timer. Great job in 3-4 for both of our runners here.
They're both making their way through 4-1, the easiest level in the any % run. Still probably the easiest level in the Warpless run.
I'm hoping we see a flagpole glitch.
That would make it a little more interesting, yeah.
Neither goes for it, but that would have been fun. But yeah, easiest level in the speed run. Neck and neck. Still, Kosmic has maybe a couple frame rule lead, but what a race so far we've got going into 4-2. The most infamous level, but of course, infamous for the any % reason. Right now, this is Warpless, so not quite as infamous for Warpless.
Both of them opting for the top route again. Easier, but it doesn't look quite as cool.
Definitely less swaggy, but in my mind, I like it for race strategies. Just a lot less likely to run into some kind of issue. So we'll see if both of them get the Skybutt this time in 4-3. I assume both will go for it, and see if they save that extra frame rule.
So you mentioned that you need to jump from a specific spot at the end to get the frame rule here. Is that a sub-pixel thing?
I believe so. I actually just learned of the spot to jump just a few weeks ago from Supersonic, who I actually will be playing on Thursday night in this tournament. But so he a couple weeks ago taught me where that spot is. It's towards the end of that final platform, kind of between those last couple of notches there on that platform.
Okay, that's very interesting. See, I didn't know that until now. I had just in my runs, I just kind of would pray.
Yeah, that's what I used to do.
Okay,
Both
and
very good 4-4s. Kosmic getting a 349, Alden a 348.
so Kosmic likely extended his lead by just another third of a second. Both runners playing it extremely close so far. Impressive stuff.
I was watching Alden earlier last week. Oh no, Alden takes a hit. And Kosmic takes a hit on the stairs. We are essentially still neck and neck. Alden with a 47 versus Kosmic's 45. So Alden will probably gain a couple of those frame rules back, and we still have anybody's race here. We'll see how they navigate these bullet bills. Both safe, and Alden a little bit faster of a pattern, or of a progression through there. I mean, these two are tied. They're essentially tied, and Alden with an amazing dodge of the bro there on the bottom. Kosmic a little bit better power-up grab. Alden's going to opt for 2 power-up grabs here, whereas Kosmic, I think, will try to get one in 5-3, I believe. Oh no, and then Alden takes a hit on the stairs. Oh man, he did not need that hit right there. So Kosmic, as Small Mario makes his way through 5-3, doesn't power up. Alden with a nice build dodge as well. He does go for a power up here. I think that's the wise move, given that he was big, vulnerable Mario. And he squishes a bill. Oh man. And they both make it through 5-3. Kosmic decides to power up in 5-4, and that should actually also give him good fire bars here. Yep, no problem on the fire bars. He is back again in the small fire Mario state, and does a fast 5-4 under those Potaboos there, and a nice Bowser kill for a 258 on the timer. Alden gonna do the same thing, doesn't get good fire bars, has to wait a little bit, and then gets hit by the last bottom fire bar in that sequence. Will he go for the fast ending? He does. He's got to duck under Bowser and hits the axe, and you'll see the bridge animation costing him some time there. So Kosmic should build up about a 1-level lead, as he is in 6-1 right now.
Having a bit of an issue picking up the mushroom and taking a hit to the spiny is Alden in 6-1. Unfortunate time loss there. Still, I believe right now with the vulnerable Big Mario.
Yep. And one of the biggest factors in speedrunning Warpless has to be power-up recovery. How do you do after you get hit? How quickly do you recover the power-ups? How immediately do you lose or not lose them? Because many times in many races we've seen runners collect the power-up only to lose it just fractions of a second later. That's something that you need to practice to avoid. It's something I know I've been practicing in my Warpless preparation, but yeah, it's a very tough thing, and I think that sometimes is where races can be made or broken for different runners.
So Kosmic with almost exactly a 1-level lead on Alden at the moment.
And we'll see what Kosmic does here at the beginning of 6-4. Nice, safe strategy, and gets under the fire bar, no problem. And should have no problem navigating these end fire bars. Remember, he did take a hit here in the first race, so avoids any issues with the fire bars in the second race. As Alden completes 6-3 heading into 6-4. We'll see how he does in 6-4. Oh, and Alden does take a death. He did a small jump under that first Potaboo, but it was either too small or he jumped too soon, and he didn't make it onto the next ledge, and unfortunately had to take a death there. Kosmic, no problem in 7-1. Perfect time there. So Alden looking to make his way through 6-4 and just try to get into World 7. He does. He gets a forward Bowser. We always love to see a forward Bowser as a speedrunner. Well, most of the time, unless you're doing certain fire strats. But when you're small Mario, you definitely like forward Bowsers. And Alden not opting to power up at the beginning of 7-1. He's just going to challenge these Hammer Bros. He kills the bottom bro in the first set of bros. And he has to wait, and that's the issue with not necessarily getting that first power up in 7-1. But fortunately, it wasn't too long of a wait, but he does get a 3 on the timer, so he will have to wait for some fireworks. Kosmic having no problems in 7-2, a perfect 316 on the timer as he heads into 7-3 for our second cheap dash of the speed run. Remember, this is the same as 2-3 as 7-3, except there's more enemies, more cheap spawn. You have more Paracoopas and also regular Koopas than you will in 2-3. So right here you can see the first Koopa actually turned around because the cheap hit him from underneath, and they actually had a collision that got detected by the game, which turned the Koopa around.
Yeah, and it really is now or never for Alden in this race. He probably knows he's a bit behind, and with Kosmic being the runner he is, he might just go all out and not collect any power-ups the rest of the race.
And also ends with a 316 in the swim, so great swim for Alden. Kosmic's not out of the woods yet. There's still some tricky parts here. One of this is the maze level at 7-4. You want to make sure you navigate the maze. So you go the bottom, middle, and top in this first part of the maze. And then you go top, middle, so Kosmic gets into that middle section, and then back to the top. No problem in the maze for Kosmic. Couple fireballs, and they were blocked by the Podoboo, so he'll need to get 5 fireballs in the Bowser. And does so, ends with a 343 on the timer in 7-4. Meanwhile, Alden navigating 7-3 as small Mario, but no problems for him. Great job by Alden in 7-3.
And you see a lot of the lag in the World 6 and World 7 Bowsers when you try and shoot the fire. That's one thing that can offset the frame rolls. No longer will they be apart by exactly 21 frames.
And that's because there's too many hitboxes and sprites on the screen, and so the game can't render them all properly, and so it takes a little extra processing time. And Alden takes an untimely death at the end of 7-4.
Meanwhile, Kosmic making it through 8-1 with no issues, on to the last 3 levels of the game.
We'll see if Kosmic gets a shot for the bullet bill glitch. I expect with such a sizable lead. I don't know if he knows yet. And Alden takes another death. He challenges Bowser and doesn't get through. And I don't know if Kosmic knows what his lead is, but he doesn't opt to go for it. He did get a shot, but he didn't opt to go for the bullet bill glitch this time.
And I believe Alden is now down to just 1 life. If he dies again in 7-4, he'll have to go back to 7-1, and Kosmic will have a very commanding lead.
He does challenge Bowser anyway, and he gets through, fortunately for Alden. So there's still a glimmer of hope if something were to happen to Kosmic. If you were to get maybe a bad cheap and then a bad Bowser or something, he could die in 8-4, but right now it still is looking like it is Kosmic's race. Alden gonna definitely do the any percent stretch in 8-1.
And Kosmic on an even faster pace, I believe, than he was last race.
We'll have to see. He definitely is on pace to challenge and beat GT Ace's best time of the tournament. So what an impressive run by Kosmic. Going for the 2-frame wall jump setup. There is a 1-frame wall jump setup, which is faster, and Kosmic misses the wall jump. Shouldn't give him too worries in terms of beating GT Ace's time. He had a sizable advantage versus GT Ace's time going into this final level. For best time of the tournament so far.
And since he does have that firepower, he doesn't need to play it safe here. He can just go right through.
And
Nothing's
he
stopping
does
him.
1920. What an impressive time.
So Kosmic will be moving on to the semifinals to play Kaku. And Alden will be moving down to the losers bracket to play, I believe, JT Knott.
What an impressive run by Kosmic, and Alden doing very well to get through -2 as Small Mario. Try to finish out a strong run. This is a better pace than he was on after the first run. Remember, he entered this level just over 20 minutes. He entered 8-3 last time, and this time he entered it in the 19-minute range. So, and he takes a death to the Hammer Bro, unfortunately. And game overs. We'll see. He probably will finish out this run.
For some context on how good Kosmic's race was there are only 19 people that have ever gotten a PB lower than 1920. So, clearly a very impressive performance, as to be expected from the record holder. And he'll be moving on.
And it looks like Kosmic has joined us in chat. Kosmic, great races. A 1920 best time of the tournament so far among all runners. How'd you feel about the race?
I'm pretty happy about this last one. I'm kind of sad I missed wall jump because it would have been like 1918 with a power-up loss, which is crazy. I don't think I've ever gotten 19-1X with a power-up loss. Usually that's like the time I shoot for with no damage taken. So that was a good run.
Yeah, very nice run. Real quick, in the first matchup, you lost power-up in 2-1 going for the power-up grabs after getting the small Mario glitch or the Mario glitch. At that point, obviously, Alden had a little bit of a lead, and then going into 2-3, we saw you do a flagpole glitch attempt. Was that because you were down, or just having fun after getting the small Mario glitch?
I was just going for it. 2-3 is usually the level I hit it most often, so sometimes I just throw it out there.
2-3, we saw you do a flagpole glitch.
So in the semifinals, you will be playing Kaku. How do you feel about that matchup?
So I think Kaku is who eliminated me in the last Warpless tournament, so of everyone in the tournament, he's probably the one I'll be most nervous against, but we'll see.
Playing Kaku. How do you feel about that matchup?
It's really nerve-wracking when some of the tippy-top players, because like one mistake can cost you the entire race.
Yeah, so real quick, just a comment on Alden. He's heading into 8-3. He did game over in 8-3 earlier, but Alden has had a great race against you, Kosmic. I don't know if you had his stream up, but you two were neck and neck for the longest time in this second race. And even in the first race, he had that little bit of a lead. Were you aware of where he was?
Yeah, I didn't have his stream open or anything, so I didn't know.
But you two were neck and neck for the longest time in this second race. And even in the first race, once again, a great race, Kosmic. Were you aware any last words before you head on to face Kaku?
I'm just glad I got this time because worried I was rusty because I hadn't been playing this category, and like my last few races hadn't been quite where I wanted them to be, but I'm pretty happy with this one, and before my race with Kaku I have some ideas to get an even better time in my races with him, so we'll see how that goes.
Very nice. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and great job. Best time of the tournament so far. This is your world record holder, Kosmic. Great job again.
Meanwhile, Alden is still trying to finish up his run. He's down to 1 life in 8-4. Hopefully he can finish it up. Still a respectable race time, honestly.
He gets the frame perfect jump, but doesn't quite get the backward wall jump there. Just trying to go for all the fast strats at this point and have a little fun. I don't blame him. That's what I would do. Beautiful turnaround. He gets the fast acceleration in a pixel perfect turnaround room. Awesome. So he just scrolled the screen far enough to the right to trigger the wrong warp, and then ended up turning around on that exact pixel and going back into the water section. Beautiful water section. And gets under the Podoboo, forward Bowser, finishes with a time of 24:09. GG to Alden. 2 great runs. Obviously, just didn't quite have as much to keep up with Kosmic there. A couple hits, but kept up with Kosmic for so long in both of the races. Great run to Alden. Don't know if he'll come and join us in chat. We'll see. But we'll see if we can grab Alden.
And that does wrap up the quarterfinals. The semifinals and the third round of the losers bracket will be happening over the next week and a half or so. Make sure you tune in for those as well.
Yep, and I think the next race on the schedule is tomorrow. Is there a race? I'm not positive, but I know Thursday there's a race between myself and Supersonic.
That will be certainly a good race. Supersonic 6th on the leaderboard, but lost his main draw match in an upset, probably the biggest upset we've seen in this tournament. So anything can happen.
All right. Well, I don't see Alden joining us here, so I think we'll be wrapping up. If he doesn't, he's in chat here. I don't know if he's joining us for an interview or not, so I'm kind of trying to stall until we figure that out. Let me just see if he's interviewing.
He's not always the most straightforward guy in Discord. Hard to tell exactly what he's doing.
But he always has fun, so. All right, we're going to wrap it up here. So thanks again, everybody in chat, for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed the races, 2 very awesome races. And we will see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.